Hey, Roy Rough Riders. This is Mademoiselle Mosley again. I hope everybody is doing fine tonight. Look, I was just thinking about where we are as individuals, um, and the reasons why we are there. We aren't in the situation because of what somebody said. We're in the situation because of what we believed. Yes, we believed it. Yes, people should stop lying, but it's gonna come back to them. You don't have to worry about that. That's why you don't never have to worry about get back when you're going forward. Only people worried about get back is the ones who want to stay back. If you move forward, the get back will get they get back in the back. Bet you about a chip. You don't have to worry about that. Say what you need to say if you need to say anything at all. But other than that, keep going forward. See, that's meant to make you stay in the place that you're at and never get out of it because of the doubt of it, the doubt that you can never trust or love or believe in anyone or what they say. That's to keep you stuck where you at so you can't move forward to a better day. Don't let it keep you stuck. There's somebody out there that you can believe and love and trust in. And if you can and it doesn't happen, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing here worth you doing all the stuff that you doing for your own life to come to ruin because it's coming back to you. It ain't even worth it. And some of us are in mental prisons for not making our own decisions. Like, ooh, I should have never listened to him. Ooh, I should have never listened to her. Because you already know they're liars. You already know they're manipulators. But being that you know them, you don't think that they would do to you what they've done to others. That's who they are. They backbiters. And they liars. And they don't care about anybody else but their own desires. It's to see you not get or be with someone that can take you further than where you at. They want you to stay right there with him in that trap. Like I said, for us not making our own decisions, allowing others' opinion or advice that you did or didn't take to have the results today. The advice that you did or did not take is the reason why you also have the results of today. Because you have to really think within yourself, why am I making this decision? Why am I choosing to listen to this individual? You're choosing to listen to this individual because you know them. But the greatest decision that you need to make, an opinion you need to take, is you, because you know you. You know how you truly feel. And you know what? I feel like this. The good thing about the bad things is that you learn where people stand and what they understand or what they don't understand. The good thing about the bad things is that you learn where people stand or what they don't understand. That's why when you go through stuff, you're supposed to believe what they're showing you. You know what I thought about too? I can't see it if I don't hear it. See, whatever you're going to do is an action. Whatever you say, I don't hear it until I see it. You could say, oh, I'm going to do this and this and that and the other. I don't hear it till I see it. Because other than that, it's just talk if I don't see the walk. So let me hear it. Because if I don't see it, I don't hear it. That's like if somebody don't walk across the floor. If you don't see them walk across the floor, you can't hear their shoes hit the floor. If I can't hear it, I can't see it. I ain't worried about what people saying. That's just words. And words don't make a turd. Let's get on with this thing. So, and see, this is a lot of things too. I say to people all the time. The outer part, the outer does not make you. You make the outer. What's out here don't make me. I made it. Because I believed it and I received it. But now that I received it, just because I don't believe it doesn't mean it's not it. See, because of your beliefs, you get relief. Or it can bring you grief. If you believe in doing wrong, well, wrong gonna come to you because that's what you believe. And if right come to you, you won't be able to receive it because you can't retrieve it because you don't have it. That's why when a good woman comes into a man's life that's not a good man, he can't believe that's a good woman because he don't believe that there's no good inside of him as a man to be able to have the chance to be with a woman that's good. Marinate on that. I know it's kind of tough, but if you marinate it, it'll get soft. It'll get better. It'll be pliable. It'll be chewable. And maybe even swallowable. Anyway, so the outer doesn't make you, you know what I'm saying, because of your beliefs, you get relief. And sometimes your beliefs can bring you grief because your beliefs becomes your reality. It does. Your belief becomes your reality. That's why people can't believe that they could receive something good and they done all that bad because they believe in bad, because bad is the thing that they have constantly done and the fruition of it has come upon, but the good they don't understand because they ain't that type of a man. But God gives you the opportunity to receive some things. But a lot of times, like I said earlier, you can't receive something you can't retrieve. Now, because of your beliefs, like I said earlier, you will get relief or it will bring you grief. Because your beliefs become your reality. Why do you think people try to get in your head? Because if you believe it here, they get in your head, mess you all up. Oh man, she ain't no good. Oh girl, that man is just, back in the day, he used to be this way and that way. Baby, back in the day is not today. You can change it. Like I said, everybody can be redeemed. I'm going to tell you this quick story real quick before I cover the rest of this. I was at work one day and this man came in the store. I was doing my job and, we back and forth, we chitter chatter and having a really, really good time. And he said to me, he said, I remember back in the day, he said, when I met my wife, he said, she wouldn't give me the time of day. He said, she wouldn't come over my house. She didn't come out with me after 11 o'clock. And he said, I used to be a straight up hoe. That's what he said. He said, but when I met my wife and I realized that God had blessed me with a woman that's upright, he said, I ain't no hoe no more. See, some people know when to stop and sit down and receive the goodness of the Lord. And some people just feel like they don't deserve it. So they miss out on it because they keep on wanting to be the same person and get different results with a different person. You still gonna get the same results as long as you do the same thing. It doesn't matter who you with. I just thought that was great. I told him that's wonderful that he had come to that point in life because it's just trying to steal your life from you. So let me move forward. So like I said, why do you think people try to get in your head to put your dreams to bed? Oh, they want to put all your dreams to bed. They don't want you to wake up on the other side of that thing. They don't want you to wake up on the other side of being a hoe or a whoremonger and go through all that you need to go through to get the proof that you know to do. You know to do right. You know how that works. But maybe you haven't been brave enough to take a chance on doing right. But it's worth it with the right person. You got to make sure and you got to do right. Because even when you want to do right, you're going to be faced with wrong because it wants you to make a decision if you truly want what you say you want or you just saying it. When there's a choice between right and wrong, you get to choose. And this comes to mind to me in the Bible when, the Lord said, the word of God, the Lord said, you have a choice between life and death. And then he says to you, choose life. I mean, you could choose death. And death is the dead things of this world. The things that you keep on doing. I'm going to tell you one more story, then I'm going to go on and finish this saying so we can get on with our evening. I remember this lady came to me one day and we were talking. And I hope y'all get this. I remember in the Bible when they asked Jesus, why did he speak in parables? It wasn't that he spoke in parables. It's that whatever needs to be understood will be understood by those who understand. And for those who don't, that means you got some more walking to do. You know what I'm saying? To get within the commands. You got to walk this life some more. Then you'll be like, oh, that's what they were talking about. Oh, that's what he was talking about. So anyway, yeah. So what I was saying is that when what you're going through, either it's going to bring out your fears or your hopes. What you're going through is either going to bring out your fears or it's going to bring out your hopes. Either one. Or it may make you understand your dreams. See, we don't go through stuff just to go through. I know some people keep going through the same thing over and over again. I don't understand that. I don't get that, but okay, do that. Now, I may think about it, go through it once, maybe twice, but 3 times, hell no. That's too much. The same stuff, hell no. It must be good to you, because the only reason you go back to a restaurant because it was good. I ain't gonna go back to the restaurant as a nasty and say, let me try it this time, see if it be good. No. And I'm spending my money on something that ain't good. No. So anyway, like I said, it's gonna, whatever you're going through, excuse me, y'all, it will bring out your fears or your hopes or to make you understand your dreams. That's why we go through things. And I hear people say this all the time. Oh, help me, Lord. Being left out in the cold. At first, I didn't understand what it was talking about because I was like, I don't speak that kind of lingo, but okay. So, to me, the understanding that I have being left out in the cold only bothers you when you've been used to being kept warm. How can somebody leave you out in the cold? Y'all know what that means. And it's bothering you. It will only bother someone when they're used to being kept warm within the scope of this person. If you ain't ever been with this person, explain to this person, and y'all have an understanding between one another that you have come incorporated in something, then how do you get left out in the cold when you've never been kept warm? How do you have an assumption of something that you never had an understanding of what that was? So I don't get with that being left in the cold. And I've been through so many things in my life till I understand that the warmth that I receive the majority of the time is the warmth that God is dwelling in me. That's the warmth I get. So whomever tried to, or if they have to, whatever that meaning is to you, being left out in the cold, God has kept me purely warm through all the storms, all the trials, all the tribulations, everything that people has done to me. He has covered and guided it, directed and protected me, and he can do the same for you. And see, I'm not one of those people that, like I told you before, words, whether it's a word that is not edifying or a word that's edifying. When I use non-edifying words where you can say cuss words, it's to describe the situation that I've been through or to describe a situation that is true. I ain't finna mulberry bush no word because you getting offended by the word and not the deed. So this is where it is. That's the problem with people. They want to trip and fall over something that ain't even nothing to trip and fall over, but it's something to trip and fall over. They want to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not how it work over here. I'm going to tell the truth because we need to get out of it. That's why a lot of us in the situations that we in right now, because we want to be truthful and honest. We want to play, behind, the backdrop and, doing all of this and pretending to be this and that and no, you're not that or this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody falls short of the glory of God. Everybody. I don't care who you are. Because we're not perfection. So I'm going to be me. And I'm going to do what it is that the Lord tells me. And people say some funny things to me. God wouldn't tell you to cuss. I never said he told me to cuss. I never said that. But the thing about it is, the thing that I'm describing within me, it was a curse. It was a cuss. So I'm going to do the real thing and explain it all the way to us. Ain't nothing cute about something ugly. Nothing. So I'm going to make it cute. If it's cute, it's going to be cute. If it's ugly, it's going to be ugly. Because we need to represent things the right way at the right time so we can get the right results and get on with this. Okay? So I'm going to tell you this quick story. I remember this woman approached me. And she was in church. And she said, Sister, I really feel like, I can talk to you, about this. And I'm looking at her like, okay, what is it? She said, I was with this man. Now, we're at church. I know real life. I don't know why people play like they ain't never did nothing because they in church. You can be in church all your life. You done something. It is what it is. We're humanity, right? So she said, I was with this man and he had done things to me that I ain't never had done before. I said, okay. She didn't explain the things. I didn't need all that. I said, okay. She said, so I'm just trying to understand, what is this? What should I do with this? And I said, well, do you want the Lord? Or do you want the world? Which one you want me to give you? Because I'm duo. I've been through some things in the world and I've been true to some things in the church. You know what I'm saying? So which one you want? You want God or you want man? First. She said, okay, just give them both to me. I said, okay. It says in the word of God, this is what I told her, that man should not live by bread alone. And I said, that nigga's bread. That means that's something you're going to have to do daily. But the word of God shall stand forever. That's why we speak about the word of God right now today. And this is what, 2,000 years. It says, man shall not live by bread alone. Man shall not live by bread alone, but from every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. And that man is bread. That's something you're going to keep doing over and over and over again to be fed. But when you eat on the word of God and it get inside, you ain't going to have no void unless you choose to ignore what has been said. Because man will always be bread. That's what we eat. That's what we are. That's what we have to do daily to even get this far. So everything you do with a person is temporary. But the true word of God is everlasting. I hope that helped y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, get it before it gets you. I'm out.